What is the session? Last day we discussed about, we started a new session.
Programming.
Yes, programming, right? Session is programming. What are the things that we learn today? What topic we make it? Yes, first we discuss.
Analyzing a question.
All right, we call that a problem. Can you remember?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we should have a problem. Then first we discuss about a problem. What are the examples for the problems for the?
Making a cup of tea.
All right, very good, right? Making a cup of tea. Yes. Another one.
Uh,
Yes, Senuri. Any idea with it? What kind of yes, problems and kind of problems in day-to-day life you have? Problem. Give me some examples. Just preparing a cup of tea. Yes, good, very good.
finding area of a rectangle.
Very good, right? Finding an area of a rectangle. That is also a problem. Another one. Yes, Senuri. Any idea with it?
Adding two numbers.
Sorry.
Adding two numbers.
Adding two numbers, very good. Adding two numbers, yes, that is also a problem. Another one, just finding perimeter of the rectangle, preparing a cup of tea, preparing a fruit salad. Those are some examples for the problem. Then what we need to do with it? If we have a problem, then what we have to do? What's the next thing? Next important thing, if you have a problem now, you need to solve that problem, isn't it? If you have a problem, you have to prepare a cup of tea. Then you have to analyze it, that problem. How you can analyze that problem? Yes, if you have to prepare a cup of tea, how you can analyze it, put it? Yes, Sarah? How you can analyze?
Finding the steps for.
Right. You have to identify what are the steps that you need to complete to solve that problem. Let's say, for example, if you have to prepare a cup of tea, what are the steps that you need to complete for it? What are the steps? Yes, first thing, we discussed about these things in last week.
Ingredients.
All right, we need to find the ingredients, right? Sugar, milk, powder, and tea leaves, right? Those are the things. Another one, next thing. Yes.
Taking the steps of making it.
Yes. Another one, we right with it to get the area of a rectangle. What are the steps we need to do? Yes.
Length and the breadth of the
Right, we
rectangle.
need to, yes, length and width of the rectangle, we need to identify that one. Then we have to calculate the area. Area equal length multiplied by width, right? We will do that one, right? Then we will get the area of a rectangle. Those are the steps that we need to complete when you are solving a problem, right? Next thing, next thing, very important thing is you need to identify the input. What are the inputs? What are the processors, right? And what are the outputs? Output in your problem. Let's say, for example, right? To find the area of a rectangle, what are the inputs put in? Length and width of the rectangle. What are the process? Process is here area equal length multiplied by width. Then what are the outputs here? Right? Then finally you will get the area of rectangle, right? You need to identify, clearly you need to identify what are the inputs, process and the output. To prepare a fruit salad, what are the inputs? To prepare a fruit salad, what are the inputs for that? We discuss about these things, right?
Inputs are the fruit.
Fruits. Fruits, right? Banana, mango, right? Pineapple, right? Those are the inputs. Sugar, salt, right? Those are some inputs. The process, right? Washing the fruits,
Wash the fruits
wash the
first.
fruits, cut the fruits, then mix the fruits, and add some salt, right? Add some lemon, add some sugar, right? Those are some processes. What is the output here? Yes,
A fruit salad.
a fruit salad, right? A fruit salad. Now you have idea. That is, when you have a problem, right, you need to analyze that problem. If it is not, we cannot solve that problem very clearly. Therefore, you need to identify what are the inputs, what are the processes, and what are the output in your problem. Then we can solve that problem very easily. Right. Next, we discuss about, right, very important concept. What is the name for it? We discuss about very important concept. Can you remember? We gave a special name for that. Yes,
I
Sharon?
can't remember that.
Algorithm. Can you remember algorithm?
Yes, sir.
Ah,
In
right.
the duty one, it was
They are, no? Yeah, yes. Algorithm. What do you mean by algorithm? Yes. When you have a problem, right? When you have a problem, you need to find how I can solve that problem. What are the steps that I need to complete to solve a problem? If you write those steps one by one, we call that it is algorithm, right? When you're writing algorithm, what is the first step today? Can you remember? When you solve a problem, what is the first step? You have to write, yes? Sorry?
start.
Start. Very good. You can remember, right? First step is you have to mention that start first. Next, then you can write the other steps. What's the final step?
End.
You need to mention that is end. When you're writing a proper algorithm, definitely you have to mention start and end. Remember that. Remember that. Right? We will try to write an algorithm, right? Based on the find the area of a rectangle example. Then we will move to the today's session. Right? Any questions, Senoli? Any idea? Putih? Unahat question තියෙනවද?
No, sir. All right.
All right. You are in the grade 11, no? Putih? Grade 10, no?
No,
Grade,
sir. Okay.
grade 10. Same batch, Putih? Sharon and this Senoli? Same class?
Yes, sir.
All right. Next thing. Now, assume that the problem is this kind of problem, right? Last day also we discussed about this. This one, again, I am repeating. This is very important session, right? In the grade 11, this session is some, most of the students, they are fail to understand this session, programming, some kind of difficult one, right? Width and length. The problem is to find the area of a rectangle. Now, I am going to write the algorithm. First step is start. Second one is, what is the second one? Get the length and width of rectangle. Third step, calculate the area. Calculate the area of rectangle. Fourth step is then get the area of rectangle. Final step is, right, you have to mention, that is end. This is the algorithm for to calculate the area of a rectangle. Very easy, right? Very simple one, right? This is how to write an algorithm, right? Now, any questions, Pute? Sharon?
No, sir.
Right. Last day we discussed about how to write an algorithm, isn't it? We complete that one also. අපි එතනින් එන්නේ නැවතුනේ.
Yes, sir.
All right, Pute. Today we will start new one. That is, we have to discuss about control structures. Control structures. Any idea about control structures? What is control structure? Yes, in Sinhala we call it පාලන ව්‍යුහ. Topic is control structures. There are three kind of control structures, right? There are three. First one is Pute, sequence. Second one is selection. Third one is Pute, repetitions. Or we call that the iterations or loops, right? First one is sequence, selection, and third one is repetitions. What do you mean by sequence, right? Sequence means sequence. Yes, Sharon?
From one place to a, from one certain thing to a certain value, that means.
When you have a problem, then if you can solve that problem step by step, right? If you have a problem, if you solve that problem step by step, we call that it is a sequence. So, right? Let's say, for example, finding that area of a rectangle. First, we have to identify the length and width of the rectangle. That is the first step. Then we can calculate the area of a rectangle, right? We cannot calculate the area of a rectangle without finding the length and width of the rectangle. See that one, right? You need to complete the first step. Then second, third, fourth, fifth, likewise. That is, we call that the example for the sequence. Sequence. Selection means selection. You have choice.
Selecting yes or no?
All right, selecting. You have a selection or options to select either true or false one, right? Let's say, for example, now assume that ICT marks. ICT marks. Now, your teacher need to identify who is passed ICT subject, who is failed, based on the marks 50. Above 50, you need to say that pass. Below 50, you need to say that fail. That is some kind of selection. Now, let's tell me, now, 75. Mark is 75. What is the answer here? Whether it's pass or fail? Yes. If you get 75 for the ICT subject,
Pass
what is the state? Yes, pass for the yes. Now you have
because it is more than 50.
right. It is more than 50. Therefore, you have to say it is pass. Right. If you get 45, then
Fail.
then fail. Now here, look at this one. You have a selection or you have a choice here. You have to identify whether this number or mark, right, greater than 50 or below than 50. You have to check that one. That is a selection. There are some examples for selection. Right? Selection. There are a lot of examples, right? We will discuss one by one, right? Sorry. Another one, that is repetition today. What do you mean by repetition? We call that loops.
Repeating once
Repeating something. Repeating something. Right? Let's say for examples. Now, assume that you have a till, this kind of one. Right? Right. If you want to fill that till, right, insert in some kind of coins, right? Take a one coin, insert it into this till. One, another one, another, likewise. Right? You can repeat it again and again. Take one coin, put into this one. Again, take this one. You can do
doing the same thing or acting the same thing, sir?
yes, Uday. You can do the same thing again and again. But remember, there is some kind of restrictions or limit. What is the limit here, Uday?
Finishing the till,
Nahari, right?
no space in the till.
Right. Right. Finishing that till, right? If you haven't space, then you cannot insert some kind of point. Until that, you can repeat the process. Remember that there is some kind of limitations or some kind of restrictions. Until that, you can repeat it. Right? Take one coin like this, like this. Thereafter, you cannot do that process. This is some example for today or repetition or repetitions. Repetitions. Now you have an idea about sequence, selection, and repetition. We will discuss, right? Don't worry. Right. Now we will see some examples here. I will share the screen. Right. I think now you can see the screen. Isn't it? Senuli?
Yes, sir.
Right. Here, look at this one. Here, control structures. Three types of control structures are used in an algorithm. Algorithms. First one is sequence, selection, repetitions. Here, you can see sequence, right? If the step from the beginning to end of an algorithm are carried out in a strict order, it is called a sequence. There are two examples here. Uday. One is a climbing up or down, step by step, when going on a staircase. Right here, you can see going to up or going to down. Right, you need to complete step by step. This is an example. Another one, students who were admitted to grade 1 of this school continue studies till grade 13, right? After finishing the grade 1, then you have to go to grade 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Likewise that you cannot go to, after passing the grade 1, you cannot go to the grade 10 or 11. You have to pass that step by step. You cannot skip those steps, right? That is some kind of characteristic of the sequence, right? Sequence, remember that. Then we have discussed about selection. See, selection is a situation where steps are executed depending on whether conditions of the algorithm is satisfied or not satisfied, just like either true or false, right? There are two choices. If the condition is satisfied, here see the word there. If the conditions is satisfied, one is selected, and if it is not satisfied, the other selection is selected, right? See the examples. Examples of selection. 1, admitting a child to a grade 1. If a child is below 5 years, as at 31st of January that year, the child cannot be admitted to school, right? See, the child cannot be admitted to school. If not, right, the child can be admitted to school. Here, there is a decision making, right? There is a conditions. According to that condition, we have to make some decision, right? Next one, passing a subject. If the mark is 35 or more, then it is a pass. If not, we can say it is a fail. Another one, buying a book. If you have money equal to or more than the price of the book, then you can buy the book. If it is not, you cannot buy the book. There are two conditions here. If you have money, then you can purchase the book. If you haven't money, then you cannot buy the book, right? Right? Satisfied and not satisfied, either true or either false, right? Based on that, you have to make some decision for in the selection. That is some kind of character, right, of this selection. See the repetition one. Repetitions. If one or several steps of an algorithm are repeated until a conditions. See the word here. Repeated until a condition is satisfied. It is called that the repetitions, right? See the examples. Let us consider the process of a class teacher marking the attendance register. So here, step 1, call the first name on the register. Second one, mark 1 if the student is present. You know about this one, right? Third one, mark 0 if the student is absent. Fourth one, call the name of the next student. In this place, you can see the repetitions with it. Then go to the next student. Next, likewise. Looping, right? Repeating, right? Fifth one, there, repeat the step 2 and 3 and 4 till the last name of the register is called, right? Next example, here this one. Let us consider the process of reading a paragraph. and calculating the number of words you read. First one, read the first word of the paragraph. Then number of words equal 1. Then read the next word, add 1 to the number of words. Repeat step 3, this one, and this one till the end of the paragraph. Here, final one. After reading the paragraph, indicate the number of words. While you can count the total number of words in particular paragraph. Right? This is also some examples for the repetitions. Repetitions. Now, any questions? Now we have to discuss about the representations of an algorithm. Right? Representations of algorithms. So far, we discussed about what is an algorithm, right? How we can write an algorithm step by step. Start, right? Find the or get the length and width of the rectangle. Then area equal length multiplied by width, right? Then finally you get the area of the rectangle. Final step is end. Those are the birds only. වචන විතරයි තියෙන්නේ. Those are some words. But if you can convert those words, right? If you can convert those words into some symbols, right? Into symbols, you can represent or those words using some kind of pictures or symbols, then you can understand easily. Right? වචන විතරක් තියෙනවට වැඩිය පුතේ මොනවා හරි සංකේත යොදාගෙන අපිට පෙන්වන්න පුළුවන් නම් යම්කිසි දෙයක් අපිට ඒක හරියට understand කරගන්න හරි lazy. It is very easy to understand. Now we are going to write today how we can write those algorithms using some kind of symbols. That is, we call that today flowcharts. Can you remember in the grade? I think grade 6, grade 7, grade 8. Discuss flowcharts. Flowcharts, right? Flow charts. The topic is today representations of an algorithm.
I need to write it.
Better if you can write, right? Those are included in your slide, not put it. But if you better if you can write these things, right? Now I am going to draw a flow chart. Then you have to draw that one, right? In your book. Represent.
I didn't write the earlier things because it is in the tune. No need to write the earlier one.
All right. No. Representations of an algorithm. Right. There are two ways for this. Right. There are two ways. One is a flow chart. Right. Flow charts. That means we can represent some algorithm by using some kind of symbols. There are different kind of symbols for this. Another one we have to discuss about pseudocode. Have you ever heard about the word pseudocode? Any idea about? This is a word. P-S-E-U-D-O. Pseudo codes. Pseudocode. One is flowchart. Other one is the pseudocode. There are two. But all the syllabus dekai. Syllabus dekai. That is representation of an algorithm. How we can represent an algorithm? There are two ways. One is a flowchart. Other one is a pseudocode. Pseudocode. Now, topic is the flowchart. Now we are going to discuss about flow chart. Flow charts. Right. There are special symbols. Special symbol we will discuss. There's this kind of symbols with it. Right. This kind of symbols here. This symbol used to denote start and end. Can you remember when you're writing an algorithm? First step is start, last step is end. If you have that kind of step, then you can represent by using this symbol, right? This one. Start or end. Then, this kind of one. This is for input or output. If you have input, then you can use this symbol. If you have output, to represent that, you can use this symbol. See the shape. Make a headache balaganda. This shape for start and end. This shape for the input and output. This one. This shape for the process. Process. To represent, to indicate the process. It is just kind of just similar to a rectangle. Right? Process. Let's say, for example, right? Area equal length multiplied by width. That is some kind of process. If you have that kind of example, then you can use this shape to denote that. Another one, right? This kind of one. Here.
Is it like a diamond?
And right? This way. Here, this is for decision making. Decision, right? Right? Let's say, for example, marks greater than 50. Can you remember this example? Marks greater than 50. If marks greater than 50, if yes, then this directions. If no, this direction. If your marks is greater than 50, yes, then we can say that pass or something. If your marks is less than 50 or not greater than 50, no, then you can say, right, fail. It's like fail, right? It's kind of simple. Decision. Another one, I will draw here. This way arrow, this right, up and down arrows, right? Those are for flow direction, right? Flow directions. Another one, this kind of circle. This is for connector. Connector. If you have two different flowcharts, then you can connect together by using this symbol, connector. මේක නන්නේ හරි ඔයාලගේ syllabus එකේ මේ connector එකක් සම්බන්ධ වෙන examples නැහැ. Don't worry about that one, right? But remember, this symbols is for to connect. Connector. Connector. Those are symbols. These symbols for to denote the indicate the start and end. This symbol for to indicate the input and output. This is for the process. This is for the decision making or decision or selection. These arrows are for to indicate the flow of directions. This one is for the connector. To connect two different or three different flowcharts together, you can use this symbol, connector. Right? These are the symbols that you can use when you're drawing up flowcharts. මේ ටික අඳගන්න අපි ඊළඟට කතා කරන්න තියෙන example එක කොහොමද flowchart එකක් අදින්නේ කියලා. According to the algorithm, we have to draw some flowcharts. First, try to draw this one, right? Then we will discuss about an example, right? But finding the area of a circle. Right? Question is finding the area of a circle. Now you have to draw the flow chart for this problem. Now, how to start this one? Right. Here, I will start from this point, right? First thing is, first step is, what is the first step? When you are writing an algorithm, what is the first step? Zero? Start. Right? This is the symbols to represent or denote the start. 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 You have to mention the word inside the symbols like this. Then you have to use the arrows down. Right? Next step, find the area of a circle. Then we have to input the radius of the circle. Radius. Right? It is an input. Then you have to use this symbol, input and output symbol. Symbol, right? Input the radius of the circle. Next, you have to draw an arrow like this. Then you can calculate the area of the circle. Calculate, right? Calculate is a process. It's a process. Calculate means do some kind of activity that is related to the process. Process. This kind of symbol, right? Process. That means calculate the area of a circle. After that, you will get output, right? That is the area of a circle. Then input and output both are same symbol, right? This is the symbol. here, arrow, down arrow. Here you will get as output area of circle. Area of circle. Right? Final step is today. Final step is end. End. Then here you cannot see. I think you can't see here. I will show it. End. End. Right? End. Start. Input the radius of the circle. Calculate the area of the circle. Then here area of the circle. So here this is the output. Then finally you have to complete the process. That is the last step. That is end. See the symbols for the start and end. Same symbol. Here input and output. Same symbol. For the calculate the area of a circle. This is the symbol. This is a flow chart. Flow chart to find the area of a circle. Write this one. Find the area of a circle. Then you can draw this one. And I will give another exercise you can complete after finishing this one. That is calculate the perimeter of a rectangle. Right? Try to complete this one also. Right, first write down this one, then try to complete this one. Right, calculate the perimeter of a rectangle. Now, this is the first step. That is start. Next thing, what are the steps here? Right, start, then input.
Input the values.
Input the value. Input the values or get the values of length and width. Right, input the length and width of the rectangle. Next one, right? You can say process here.
Calculate the perimeter of
Right.
the rectangle.
Yes, calculate the perimeter of rectangle. Rectangle. Then you will get the
perimeter of the rectangle.
Yes. Perimeter of the rectangle. Final one is
End.
end. End like this. This is the flow chart to calculate the perimeter of the rectangle. A flow chart to get the summations of two subjects. Right. Draw the flow chart to get the summations of two subject marks, right?
I know.
Sure. Right? Can you tell me what is the control structure here? What is the name of this control structure? We learn about there are three kind of control structures, right? One is a sequence, other one is a selection, other one is a repetition. මෙතන තියෙන්නේ මොකක්ද පුතේ උදාහරණයක්? Sequence ද, selection ද, repetition ද? Seluli? Just any idea?
Sequence.
A sequence would be very good. Sequence. Why we say that sequence? Here you can see this is the first step, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Right? After completing the first step, then you can start the second. After completing the second step, then you can start the third step. Step by step process that is related to the sequence. Sequence, right? I will give another two exercises, right? You can complete this two, both are in the as a homework, right? Can you write down this one? This is the question Q2, and this is questions 3, right? Can you write down? First question is draw a flowchart to get the average of 5 numbers, right? That is a very easy one. But remember, see the third one. Draw a flowchart to indicate the following incident or scenario. First thing is you need to insert the subject mark, right? You need to insert the subject mark. Then there is a condition here. The condition is if marks greater than 50, you need to show as a pass. If it is not, that means else part there, you need to indicate or show as a fail. Right? Can you try this one as a homework? Then next day we will try to complete both exercises.